In this video, let's talk about how you can use custom reports to actually help guide your conversion rate optimization efforts. So one of my favorite reports was actually created by Craig Sullivan. So we're going to go ahead and click on to import the report itself, and we'll assign it to the view that we want to use for this particular report. And then once we come into the report, again, the very first thing that you do whenever you're importing your own custom reports from other people is you want to see how they're built. Don't worry about using them right away. First, get an understanding of how they were built. So in this case, we see our name. It's a flat table, so it's just going to show us static data, but we've got the browser. So this is the actual browser name and the version of that browser. And then we'll see the users, the e-commerce conversion rate, the number of transactions, and revenue. So this is showing us the number of users that are coming in from browsers like Chrome or Edge or Safari, and then what the results of those are. So we're going to click on Save, and we'll take a look. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's sort it by revenue first. So during this date range, the highest revenue was Chrome version 68. Version 69 is starting to come in as Chrome is rolling out version 69. So we've got, you know, a ton coming in. I'm going to sort it by, let's see what else is in here in terms of browsers. We know we've got Chrome, we've got Amazon Silk and WebView. That's interesting. So maybe some of these Fire devices that are out. Let's take a look here. I'm going to expand this out so we can see all of our different devices. And there's all of our Chrome sessions. So we've got Chrome in all the browsers. There's Edge. So this is Microsoft Edge coming through. And you can see really not a whole lot of revenue, right? $47 coming through here, whereas you can see in Chrome, if we scroll up, you start seeing a lot more in Chrome. So revenue that's coming in from these different device types. And why is this useful? Because a lot of times, especially back in the day with Internet Explorer, there were different versions of Internet Explorer where sites would operate completely differently based on the actual version of the browser itself. And this is a report where you can come in and say, okay, Internet Explorer is causing some sales, but maybe 11 has got all the sales and 9 didn't. And then you might want to have your tech team take a look and make sure that anyone who's still using version 9, it operates perfectly on. Opera, we can see the same thing here. And really, again, you're just looking for changes in revenue or results. In this case, we're looking at it from a revenue perspective. We come down to Safari. Right, we see some revenue coming in. We see the different versions that are here. But let's say we saw a ton of revenue coming in for 10 and version 11, and then all of a sudden version 12, it just drops off. Let's say there was a bunch of revenue that came in here, and then it just drops off for 12. Well, that could be a sign that if we're getting a ton of traffic from it and we're not seeing the same results we were before this version came out, there might be something technically off with our site. So that could be something that we would want to take a look at. So that's just one of the ways that you can use custom reports, again, in this case, by browser and browser version, to get an idea of how you might improve your own conversion rate optimization by taking a look and analyzing it by browser itself, the actual name brand of the browser, and specifically the browser version to see if there's any possible technical issues. The next report we want to show you for being able to improve conversion rate optimization is the conversion rate for visitors who searched. Now this is particularly interesting because this is a report that John created, so we've already imported it. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Edit and take a look at what this report is showing us. So this is a flat table here that first shows us the site search status, and then we've got the metrics, so the number of page views and then the results. So how many people are coming in, or number of page views that we're seeing, the e-commerce conversion rate, transactions, and purchase goals that are actually set up here. So we're going to click on Save and take a look at this actual table. We didn't see any filters, that was great. So now, instantly, site search status. So first, visitors without site search. Now this is when they come to the page, in this case, the Google Merchandise Store, and people who did not search versus did search. And the very first thing I see is not a whole lot of people seem to be searching. So we're gonna go ahead and click over to a much larger date range. Let's do that here. So let's do, say, from July through now. I have a little bit more, but we're not seeing any sort of correlations. In fact, let me go back. We'll go even more. Not a lot of people doing searches on the Google search site. So we can see here visits without site search, right? Definitely the vast majority of the traffic. And it seems to be really bringing the results. So if the theory is that people with site search are actually more valuable or causing more results, in this case, that doesn't quite play out. I don't really see that data in the hypothesis. And also, again, don't see a whole lot of people doing site search. So that doesn't seem like there's an interactive component. And that might be a clue just in and of itself that there might possibly be a potential redesign. Maybe people do want to search, but they don't know how. And maybe it's just hard to use the site search itself. So that might be something that they could take a look at as well. And then with more data at that point, then again, you can use this where you can compare two different groups. So people that search, people that do not search. So in this case, without site search, and people with site search activity, and then seeing, okay, are they actually achieving the goals you want, or the, in this case, revenue conversion that we're looking for. And those are just a couple of the reports that you can use to help improve your own conversion rate optimization. And again, this is using the customization section under custom reports. It's an amazing tool in Google Analytics. Make sure you take advantage of it.
Let me know how you're using the information in this video to improve your own marketing efforts. And of course, if you like topics around Google Analytics, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the CXL channel. That way, you're notified when new videos are available.